Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Lush Gardener. As I said that I'm going to show you all of the aglaonemas that I have. Now yes, there are a little bit of aglaonemas like this one. It had got a little bit of damage. Now the damage over here was because these were under the green shade cloth, but there was a lot of wind. Last week there was a lot of strong wind and rain, due to which the green shade cloth had come off from the roof, and there was a lot of direct sunlight that was falling on it, due to which, as you can see, the leaves have got burnt over here and here as well. So this is what happens when an aglaonema that is not supposed to be kept in direct sunlight. Unfortunately, it started getting a lot of direct sunlight until 12. Luckily, if it would have got direct sunlight after 1 p.m, it wouldn't have survived, but now it has been moved back to indirect bright light. You can see it's putting out new growth, so that's a good thing. This one also got a little bit of damage on the lower leaves, as you can see, because of the extreme heat and that strong sunlight. While these, you can see, these were kept, these were not under the green shade cloth. They were basically under the roof, because these were a little bit more delicate, so I didn't want to take a chance. Luckily, these are doing quite well. In fact, these as well, you can see that beautiful green. You can also notice, this is what I say, that a lot of aglaonemas, they look very similar to each other. As you can see, so much of resemblance, but both of these varieties are different. I'm not very sure about the names of a lot of these aglaonemas, but you can see very minute difference between the pattern of the variegation. This one has very different variegation on the leaves, as you can see, whereas this one, it has a little bit more deep silver compared to this one, and the midrib, the white line is missing on this variety. So very minute difference, but they tend to look very similar to each other. Like for example, this variety looks very similar to this one, but if you're going to take a closer look, you can see the difference in the variegation and in the pattern of the variegation, the color. This one has more of the stripes and this one has more of vertical lines, but it has more of the white, whereas this one is more on the spots. You can see it does not have any silver, but it has more of those white spots. So these are all the different varieties that I have. This one was very confusing for me. I thought this is one plant. Let me show you. You can see I thought this is one plant, but then I happened to notice this is called as a different name of aglaonema. I'll put it up on the screen. This is a different aglaonema. I'm not very sure about the name of this one, but just with the look of the variegation, you can see both of them have a very different variegation. So I think I accidentally added two different varieties in the same pot, but that's absolutely okay. It does not do any harm. You can see it is putting out a new leaf, but this is something that I just recently noticed. You can see how this leaf looks and how this leaf looks. So it is two different aglaonemas in the same pot, but they look very similar. The reason they look very similar is both of them have very narrow leaves. Ideally, a lot of aglaonemas have very broad and wide leaves, whereas this variety has very narrow leaves. They will not get broad, they are going to stay narrow. So if you're looking out for an aglaonema with narrow leaves, if you don't like very broad leaves, then I think this is one of the specimen of aglaonema you can add in your collection. It looks very, very beautiful. You can see that beautiful variegation. I really love this variety compared to this variety. It looks very beautiful. So these are all the aglaonemas that I have in my collection. I will be adding in some more, because again, you get different colors as well. You have the reds. I think this is the lipstick aglaonema. I have two of them, but I somehow feel that both of these varieties may be different. I'm not very sure, because again, in the lipstick variety as well, there are different varieties. So these are all of the aglaonemas. All are being kept in indirect bright light. Even the ones that have the red color, I keep them under the green shade cloth, because there you get a good intensity of indirect bright light. Even these are in indirect bright light, but the intensity is very low, but they are absolutely okay because they are more on the green side and they don't have a lot of variegation as compared to the red ones. So all of these are kept in indirect bright light. It's just that some of them get a little bit more intensity in indirect bright light, while some get either medium or a little bit less. Like this one gets a little less indirect bright light, but it is doing quite well, so no issues with that. Even this one, if you remember, I had made a video on it. Even this one is doing quite well. It is about to put out a new leaf, which is quite exciting to see. So These are all the varieties of Aglaonema. I will be collecting some more Aglaonemas along with some Dieffenbachyias as well, because Dieffenbachyias also look very similar to Aglaonemas. So I am planning to collect few of them because they look absolutely beautiful, especially when you clap them together and you keep them in a corner. They look very, very beautiful because of that beautiful stripes, spots, deep colors on them. They look absolutely beautiful. So guys, that's all about it. I hope that you liked this video. If you did, please hit the like button, and if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe, and keep planting.